Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is some footage of strange lights that were captured in Imperial, California. Also have this video of some UFOs, triangle-shaped UFOs that were filmed over Germany using night cameras. Also got this video of some strange object that was taken in, I think this is Costa Rica, and a video of a strange comet coming down in West Virginia. And next we have this video here about a woman, this woman that's being interviewed. She spoke to a woman who apparently saw the aliens that were brought in from the Roswell crash. So we'll take a listen to that. Also have this article about a bill containing UAP task force wording is enacted. And last is just this strange video I found on Reddit. This is like an x-ray of the way the eyes move. It's pretty freaky. Oh, take a look at that. Okay, so let me go to this first video here. Let me go full screen. This is out of Imperial, California. I mean, it's hard to tell if these lights are way up in the sky, or is it just like the top of a house or a building or something? Yeah, that's all we get with this video is basically this. Hard to really tell what's going on, but I'll leave a link in the description. Let me go to the next video. Yeah, this is out of Germany, and this, like I said, this was taken using night vision. These are most likely U.S. military, the TR-3B. You know, there's that interview with Gary McKinnon when he talks about ship-to-ship transfers. I wonder if that's what's going on here when these ships come to, get real close. Is there some kind of transfer going on? Interesting. I'll leave a link in the description. Yeah, this one is out of Costa Rica, and the person captured these strange shapes. Yeah, it's not a video, they're just images. Definitely looks metallic, but this could be like one of those metallic balloons just moving around in the sky. And that's why the shape is changing so much, because it's probably not completely inflated and it's just being pushed around in the sky. Yeah, this really looks like an inflated balloon. But again, I don't know. I've been fooled many, many times. Images or videos that I thought were real weren't real, and images and videos that I thought were fake ended up being real. So I know that I'm not the best judge of these things. I can only find them, post the links, and you can make your own decisions. You can take a look at the videos and the photos yourself. But yeah, to me, my gut feeling is this is like one of those metallic balloons. But I could be wrong. Let me see. Let me go full screen on this one. This happened recently in West Virginia. This just happened on the 27th.
I don't think it is. It's not leaving a trail. That's burning. Something's burning. What is that?
Yeah, I'll have to do a search. I mean, did anything come down in West Virginia or wherever they think this thing is coming down? Any reports? I think I have to check after I make this video. This is audio only of a U.S. military pilot documenting a UFO that he saw.
At the runway, you turn them on so the guys can see if the bombs underneath them.
Yes.
And so I turned the lights on the side and saw a very clear picture of it. I mean, it was there. It wasn't my imagination.
Did the light actually reflect off this thing or illuminate
It didn't
it?
reflect it. It was a porous material, probably. Well, it looked like sponge rubber is what it looked like. But it was not metallic.
Uh-huh.
You could see pores in it. You couldn't see pores, but it looked like maybe asphalt would look from a distance, something like that.
Well, I mean, is that light actually illuminated?
No, it just sort of went ahead and hit it.
Okay.
Didn't bounce off or anything.
How close did this thing get?
The closest it got was about 70 feet from the wings. Now, I have radar, and it was on radar. And the image doesn't, wouldn't reflect that close, but it got up to about 50 feet from the left wing, and then as far as about 200 feet. It stayed there for about a half an hour.
Yeah, this pilot talks about how he tried to outrun it, and the plane that he was flying, he said that there's only like 5 or 6 other planes that could do what his plane did, and he flew up to like 60,000 feet, and this object just followed him no problem. And similar to what David Fravor reported about his UFO encounter, this pilot indicated that he thought that the ship knew what he was thinking, because it would react before he could react, and whoever he's reporting this, I think he's reporting this to a MUFON guy, but this guy talks about how they get these reports all the time. Our military is running into these unidentified flying objects coming out of the water or flying over the water all the time. And like I've said in many of my other videos, I don't think they're all visitors. The reason why we are having so many encounters, because we most likely aren't the only sentient beings on this planet. There has to be several advanced species on this planet that are operating or flying these vehicles that our military keeps running into, and even our pilots and other people. So anyways, let me go to this one here. Yeah, this is, like I said, this woman knew of someone who saw the aliens. So let me just play a little bit of this.
Would like to see, and he took her down to the surgical suite or whatever it was in the hospital where they had brought these beings, and they took her into the room and she saw them. They wouldn't let her get close to them, but she stood by the doorway and looked at them. As she was looking at them, one of them moved its middle finger on its hand. The hand moved. So it was, whatever it was living at that time. She went home that evening, and she was excited about what she had seen, and she sat at the dinner table and told the family what she had seen and what they had told her had happened. And they were all interested and asked questions, and the next day when she came in from work, she was very somber, and she just told them, "Don't ever mention what I told you, and don't ever ask me anything about it." And she was very frightened.
Obviously, they threatened her, told her to keep her mouth shut. She'd already told her family members, though. But anyways, I will leave a link description so you could take a listen to what she has to say. Let me go on to this next one here. Yeah, this is talking about a bill containing UAP task force wording is enacted. First, we heard about the UAP task force being officially confirmed, then the wording which gives them 180 days to create a UAP report. The bill has been enacted. Game on. We will have to wait and see what's in the report and how much information it ends up containing. The UAP task force is now stronger than ever. Hopefully, the run-up to this report due date, if the due date does not change, will give the task force more press, since as it stands, much of the press is not aware it exists. The omnibus bill has been signed into law today, to which the SSCI's UAP mandate is now attached. Does this mean the 6-month clock has now started ticking? Yes, the now enacted Omni contains intelligence authorization, which is linked to SSCI report number 116-233, which says, within 180 days of the date of the enactment, I hope to do another update within days, but my December 21st update is still accurate, except misspelled first word. So I guess we're going to start seeing reports that pilots make of UAP encounters, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be made public. But anyways, I'll leave a link to this in the description. You want to check it out. Now let me go to this last video here. This is just an interesting video that I found on Reddit. I just thought it was freaky as hell. It's nothing, UFO like, but check this out. Look at that. That's how your eyes and the muscles, your optic nerves. Yeah, that is totally freaky. And, I am definitely not one of these people who believes that all of this came about by chance. Cells just started to differentiate and knew how to form into eyeballs and, knew how to form into nerves, and all this programming all happened naturally. I don't think so. I'm a firm believer that someone had to have a hand in creating all of this. Now, I'm not necessarily believing like a Bible thumper, but there had to be some type of a higher intelligence. I don't know what you want to call it. I think, to me, the word God is so limiting. To me, asking a human about God is somewhat like asking an orangutan about geometry. The orangutan doesn't have to understand geometry for geometry to exist and for geometry to work. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like as human beings, we're not in a position to understand everything encompassed and required to create this reality that we exist in. But anyways, that's it for my ranting. That is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.